Hi guys, today we're going to be creating a styling tool traditionally known as the Topsy tail or the style weaver. And we're going to get started today by covering the materials that you'll need for this project. We're going to be starting with a pair of scissors. We'll also be using a candle or some other heat source. If using a candle, you'll need a lighter. We're also going to use trimmer line, and I purchased this at Walmart, but you can get it at Lowe's and Home Depot. It's used for weed whackers. We're also going to be using heat shrink tubing. I purchased this box from Fry's Electronics a while ago, and it's lasted me a while. It comes in a variety of colors and diameters and is traditionally used in electronics projects to separate and sort different wires. We'll be using the 3/32 size for our project. So to get started, we're going to be taking our trimmer line and unwinding it from the package. For this project, and for my particular piece, I'm going to use between 10 and 12 inches. Generally, this length will vary dependent on the actual use that you're going to be using your finished piece for. So if you have thicker hair, you're going to want a longer piece with a bigger loop. If you have long hair, you're going to want a really long handle sometimes. For me, this length tends to work for the majority of my uses. So I'm also going to crease the center to make sure that my loop keeps its shape. And when we make our piece, we're going to be staggering the ends. So using the 3/32 size tubing, I'm going to choose blue because it matches my trimmer line. We're going to be pushing both ends of our trimmer line through the heat shrink tubing, and this diameter just barely fits around both ends of the trimmer line, so it holds it very tightly when you shrink it down. So again, making sure that our ends are staggered, we're going to push the heat shrink tubing over the ends of our trimmer line to create a finished end. And I actually want a shorter loop, so I'm going to put my loop where I want it, and you'll see that I've got about an inch hanging over at the ends. So I'm going to fix that by pulling out one end and cutting off about 2 inches so that I have a 1 inch decrease in my overall size because it's folded in half. So again, staggering the ends, push your heat shrink tubing back over, and we'll begin to heat. Using the candle, we do not want to touch the flame, we're just hovering over it and waving back and forth to gently heat the heat shrink tubing so that it shrinks down and holds both ends. Now here you can see where I've finished about half of it, and this half is more tightly held than the other half where it hasn't shrunken yet. So we're going to complete our piece by shrinking the rest of the heat shrink tubing around our trimmer line. And when you get to the end, I like to pinch my loop together so that the top of the handle is very tight around the trimmer line as well. So slowly heat the rest of it and make sure that you don't have any spots that haven't yet shrunken. And that's our finished piece. Well, now that we've got that done, what can you do with it? So the most simple version of the style that you can do with this piece is a flipped ponytail. So we're going to feed the handle above the ponytail holder and use our fingers to grab the end of the ponytail and pull it through using the loop. And if you do it too loose, your hair can come undone. So we're going to go back and again feed the handle through, pull your ponytail up, and then hold it tightly while you pull the rest of your hair through with the loop. And it creates a very nice rolled style. And this is a very simple hairstyle, it only takes a minute to create. I hope that you enjoyed it, and please let me know if there are any recommendations that you have for future videos. Thank you so much.